Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today I got a story from a guy in Germany, actually. I think it's the first guy that I've heard from. Oh, no, excuse me. There was a young lady that was from Germany also. So cool. It's always nice to hear where you're from and see this is a world issue, right? Breakups are for everyone. It's a human thing. So if any of you out there have sent me your story at writemac.com and you feel like I haven't responded, it's been 3 or 4 days, I usually always respond by email. The video can take longer, especially if you didn't pay me, which is fine. It just takes longer to respond. So 2 or 3 people in the comments said, hey, I sent you my story. Did you get it? No, I did not. I sent them back. So you can email me at coachmacmccarthy@gmail.com, but I would prefer you go to writemac.com to send your story to get the instructions correct. But double check with me, even put in a comment in one of my videos, because I check all the comments too. I definitely don't ignore people's notes. So if that happens, I'm not backed up where I can't answer an email for 4 or 5 days. Now, there's a few people in the comments. If you're out there and you sent a story and you haven't got a response, send me something. Send me something in my comments and let me know, because I get back to you right away. So let's get right into this story here. First of all, I really like your YouTube videos. Well, thank you. Kind words. I really appreciate it. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback. I really appreciate it. My name is blank. I'm 30 years old. I am from Germany. I really need your help. I've got a special problem. This is why I'm writing you this email. Well, isn't that funny? A lot of people think it's a special problem, right? The interesting thing about this channel and breakups are a lot of this stuff intertwines and a lot of this stuff overlaps, because a lot of people are going through the same thing. Nothing's out of the ordinary when it comes to a breakup or relationships, because they're all different. Sometimes the same ending though. I really want a girl back. She's not really my ex. She is a girl I've dated for 6 months. So this is kind of a different scenario. The fact that you dated for 6 months and it did not become official would be a little bit suspect. Why did you not become official would be my question. We never had an official relationship, so he used the word official, but it felt like one. Her name is Marie. I'll keep that out. And she is 27. We spent time together, been on vacation together, slept together, made future plans, kissed. We also met each other's family and friends. Everything was fine. That's amazing that to me, the big step is when you meet family and friends. That usually is when you get into serious territory. At least you'd be calling each other boyfriend, girlfriend. The family part is big to me. We wanted to take it slow. Sounds like you did if you went 6 months without an official. But being that you're in your late 20s, you're 30 and she's in her late 20s, obviously something happened in her past where she wanted to take it slow, or your past, and you guys were both maybe hurt before, I'm guessing, and you didn't want to jump into things. That's what I'm seeing. I thought about a relationship, but she told me that she was not ready right now. After 6 months, if she's not ready, that's okay, but after meeting the families, like I said, there's something in her past that's holding her back. It's not just you if she liked you that much. She lives in Berlin. I live in Cologne. I hope I'm saying that correct. I'm thinking of Splash on Cologne. 2 months ago, she decided to work on a ship for a half year. That seems pretty cool. Things went bad there, so she called me and was really upset. She wanted to leave her work, so she has a little bit of trouble with commitment if she's leaving the ship already also. Just a side note I'm seeing. So I get her to my place and we live together for 1.5 months to help her out. So during those 1.5 months, you still don't introduce her as your girlfriend, is my question? Or she doesn't want to introduce you as her boyfriend? Who's pushing who, or are you both just leaving it alone, would be my question. Because I've been in relationships before where by 6 months, 5 months, I usually have the girlfriend saying like, when are we gonna start introducing me? Sorry, I just lost my place here. Of course, also, okay, so I get her to my place. We live together for 1.5 months to help her. So you're looking at it to help her out or to be together? Two different things. Of course, also financially, how much is financially? Fully 100% for 1.5 months? That would put a strain on things. That would make her feel a little bit bad about herself, and it would probably get you to a point where you were thinking, at what point are you going to get a job? It was a nice time. She needed some space from her hometown, Berlin, so that is why we got her a transitional job here in Cologne for a few months. Okay, so she had a job. This was the idea, but then things began to go wrong. Dun 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 dun. I like the transition. We argued a few times. I became jealous. Dun dun. Jealousy is a relationship killer. Controlling, double relationship killer. Needy, a finish off relationship. And clingy. Wow, that's a relationship killer cocktail because she texted with other guys. Okay, so what is... Because she texted with other guys. And possibly because you weren't official. Were these guys in other towns? Were you asking questions about them constantly? And if you felt like things were good, why was it bad for her to text other guys? I need more background on that. I'm really confident normally, but I was feeling really like I was losing her. She told me that she loves me, but still did not want a relationship right now with me or anybody else. So it wasn't personal. This is a key statement. That wasn't personal. Something, like I said, something happened in her past. She had a really bad relationship, and she's scared to commit because of the way something ended before. That's what I'm seeing right now. She wants to concentrate on herself and to bring her life back on track again. So right now, she's saying at 27, she's in a transition. She's trying new, like, you didn't write this, I'm saying this. She's trying new jobs. She tries work on the ship. She moves to your town. The fact that she needed a break from Berlin, what was she needing a break from? But that's cool that she's independent and she wants to work on herself. I don't think that's a bad thing. She also told me that she lost attraction for me. Well, that hurts. That's tough to listen to, but you have to accept it if she's being truthful with you. You can re-attract an individual, but the minute a woman, jealousy, controlling, needy, and clingy is just woman repellent. It is. And I don't know what happened in the text, but I'm just wondering if the fact that when you lived together and you felt like it was a nice time and she didn't commit, that's when you started to get clingy. 3 weeks ago, we had our last argument. We watched football at a bar and had a few drinks. After this, I left the bar and drove home. She was very angry and told me to leave her alone. So you drove home after drinking in Germany? Oh, man. All right. She was very, not judging you or anything. She was very angry and told me to leave her alone. So I did. She came back at me. She came back at me at my place. I think you wrote this wrong. She came back to me at my place early in the morning and packed her bag and stuff while I was sleeping. Ooh. So she left. I don't know what the last argument was over. That would help me. It was on the 20th of December. When I woke up and realized that she was gone, I began to panic. That's not good. Like I said, you said the last argument, but you didn't really detail what happened. She left without any explanation. Well, what was the argument about? I tried to call or text her. She replied in an angry way. I wrote her a few more texts that we should talk and so on. She replied that I should leave her alone. It's brutal but honest, so I did for a few days. I drove to my parents for Christmas and New Year's Eve. Before the fight, we made plans that she would also come to my parents because she really likes them. She went to Berlin and spent the time with her family. Well, that's okay. On the 31st of December, after 10 days without any contact, I decided to send her a text. She told you to leave her alone. I decided to send her a text to wish her all the best for New Year's. Everyone wants to do. She did not reply till now, meaning a month later. I don't know. New Year's Eve, but she did not reply till now, being today. I don't know. That's a month and a half later, or a month and a week later. Without even contacting me, she is cold and behaves like she did not care about me. She did not reply to now, so I gave her space. The worst thing is that I really miss and love her, and right now she is back in Cologne and lives and works here for a while. So she's back in your town without even contacting me. She is cold and behaves like she did not care about me. I think she cared about you, but I think she had her guard up. And she had her guard up from the beginning, and you were dating for 6 months, so the feelings hadn't elevated to the point of, you lived together, you enjoyed it, she didn't. But I wouldn't take it personal when she made the statement that right now, I do not want a relationship right now with me or anybody else. That's a definitive statement that's not personal. And she has it in her head right now that she wants to be independent and free, and it's not just you. So whatever you do, moving towards a more intimate or more serious relationship, she's probably going to push you away because she has that in her head that she doesn't want to be with anybody. She is cold and behaves like she did not care about me. Yesterday I saw that she deleted some pictures of us on Facebook. She's moving forward. And you should not, if you're in no contact, defriend her on Facebook and do that for yourself. Only the photos where she said that she said she loved me, but she kept me as a friend on Facebook. I'm really feeling that she's about to move on without me. I'm sorry, but she kind of has already moved on. And the fact that you're happy that she kept you as a friend on Facebook, you're giving her a little bit of power. And I would defriend her immediately, not because you're angry, not because you're giving up, because you're moving forward and you're a strong individual that can take care of yourself, and you don't want to Facebook stalk. I've just discovered this term, Facebook stalking, and you don't want to be tempted to look on her Facebook because of shit like this. She deleted some pictures of us on Facebook. How did that feel? Was it necessary to see that? Did it make you feel better? Did it help you in any part of the breakup? I don't think so. If anything, it should be giving you some clarity that you should be moving forward. You shouldn't be getting angry about this. You should be going, you know what? This is a sign. I need to move forward. And you don't want to be tracking her. So I'm wondering if your get your ex back tips will apply to for my situation, but she is not really an ex. I want to be very clear on my channel in the fact that when I give advice about getting your ex back, my first and foremost purpose is to tell you it's not a guarantee, number one. Number two, my ultimate goal is to get you back, is to get your confidence back, is to get you in a position where you're working towards a life purpose, a new set of values, that you don't have to feel like you need someone so much that you're obsessed. And I know where you're at, so I'm not being insensitive, but I just want to be clear on that this isn't a channel, and my advice is not one of those like, oh, show them this fancy text or make them jealous like that. No, 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 no. My idea for the no contact as a primary thing for most people is to get you back on deck. Because right now, when you tell me that you're being jealous, controlling, needy, and clingy, you can't just get rid of that in a week. You can't just get rid of that in a month if you're sitting there watching her on Facebook and fretting over pictures being deleted. That tells me you need to get deeper into your core, into your soul, and work on yourself right now before you even talk to her. If she came back to you right now and she said, oh, it's so good to be back, you still probably wouldn't be ready if you're worried about, well, she deleted some pictures on Facebook. That's weak and needy. I'm sorry to tell you. I mean, it's good that you send me this story so you could just, that part alone, you got to defriend her and be in no contact the whole time. I give her space now. I did not contact her since the 31st of December. Good. But I really need a strategy because I don't want to mess up with her. Okay, the strategy is no contact, work on yourself, find a new purpose, whatever that is. If you have a goal in your life, I've talked about this in one of my videos, I can attach it to this one. Finding your purpose and go through that and have a goal that has nothing to do with her, right? Start going to the gym or going and exercising and taking care of your body, taking care of your health, getting your sleep, getting focused. If you have anxiety problems or you're sitting there thinking about her a lot, get out of the house, join a football team. Like I said, go for a run, get in the park. But this idea where this is the part I really want to tell people. The idea where this is your biggest thing in your life is getting her back, that's unattractive, especially as a man. It's unattractive. And you went back to her and she took you back, she'd use you. You'd be financially taking care of her in that apartment. So right now, your strategy is, I'm in no contact. I'm looking for a purpose right now to improve at something. I don't care what it is. Let's say you're a chef, then you want to eventually own your own restaurant. What's going to be the steps to that? I got a guy that regularly contacts me that he's working on being a police officer, and he's not even close to doing it yet. But once he gets his head around it, and I'm going to help him with this, once he gets his head around the steps and how to get there, that'll be a new purpose. Besides, if he can put that energy he's putting into obsessing over getting his ex back, then he'll be a lot more successful with that goal. The problem is when you're going after your ex, you don't have control over their feelings, their past, or what's going on. And this girl right here that you're talking about, there's something in her past she hasn't revealed, why she isn't willing to commit to someone that she's met their family, stayed with you for 6 weeks, and you feel like she loves you. I don't think it's personal. There's something there. And I don't think you can just go to her and try to fix that. I know that I should still have do no contact at all until she reaches out, but now she seems to slip away and move on with another guy. It seems that she is dating someone new. You don't know? It seems like, don't do that to yourself. And don't fish around and play Sherlock Holmes about if she's seeing someone or not. That's just going to hurt you and make you feel weak and inferior. You shouldn't care. You shouldn't want to know, is my suggestion on strategy on that. The minute you go and meet her and ask her or fish around with friends and she's in the same town, stay away from where she works. If you see her on the street, drop her a head nod like, hey, how you doing? That's it. That's it. You are not any of this weak, needy. Let me be clear about it. I'm going to do a whole video on this. You're not going to talk a woman into getting back with you. You're not going to pity them into getting back with you. They're going to see from afar if they're still interested, and there's a possibility she has moved on, because you only have about 6 months of history. I'm just being brutally honest. It's not a big foundation you have under this house. And on the flip side, you don't have a lot of bad stuff either. Like the way you said you had a few arguments and you broke up, it's not like you had layers and layers and layers. Some of these people that have just layers of years of bad stuff happening, those are harder to reverse the cycle. But your strategy is no contact indefinitely. Next strategy is find a purpose to work on yourself. Find something that before you were together, that I say this in the 10 questions to ponder when you break up with an ex. When I send you these questions, answer them. A lot of people don't answer them. They just go, oh yeah, I got your questions, but yeah, how do I get my ex back? This is how you do it. You get inside of your soul and you start asking yourself questions, and then you find ways to improve yourself, look good, and not trying to do it for someone else. This is so key. This is so key. The idea that you're trying to take pictures on Facebook, there's something in the energy field of the world, and I'm not one of those woo-woo guys. There's something that people know when you're trying too hard. And when you're on track and you're driven and you're improving yourself and you're growing, that's fucking attractive. That is attractive to women. So if you want the strategy to go on, that's what it is. And when I send you these questions, answer them. 10 questions to ponder on why do you want your ex back. It's on the PDF. Go through it, unpack it for yourself. And that's where you want to head with this. And like I said, I mean, some guy just sent me a message in comments. He goes, you're not a master of any of this stuff, so you shouldn't be teaching it. I'm not. I've done the no contact rule and not got an ex back. But you know what I did? I got myself back. I got back on deck. It took me a while, and I was better than ever because I started doing self-improvement. I started reading books more. I started getting a vision about where I was headed next, a compelling future vision of a goal. And it took me a while, but I got there. And now look, years later, I'm a compassionate individual that's trying to help people out with the problem I had, so it all worked out. But if you sit here and you keep going, I don't mean to like, because I've had so many of these notes, but how do I get my needy behavior right there? This is how you do it. No contact, work on yourself, self-improvement, find a purpose. That's the simple recipe. It's simple to listen to, but for some reason, it's very difficult for people to put in action. Now, if you want me to help you, once you have a purpose, start write out those steps and hold you accountable as a coach, I also do that. And I'm starting that now with people. That's your next step out of the breakup and moving forward. Okay? I hope that helps. I didn't mean to be a little bit curt, is what quick, but I've been hearing a lot of the same stuff, and I just want to punch it home, okay? Punch it home of what you need to do. Hope that helps you, bud.